So yes guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Movement6 and as a growing habit, I first want to have a warm welcome to all the new subs this week. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the community. And today's video is about Modern Warfare. It took me some time to eventually dive into this and get my head around this because ever since Modern Warfare 3 was over and the whole Modern Warfare saga ended, and yes, we can have a debate that 1 is better than 2 and 2 and 1 are better than 3, and that's fine, but the Modern Warfare in general has a kind of a feeling to it, right? It's one of the most iconic series in the whole Call of Duty environment, and having played Call of Duty since the first installment, it is a rapid and steady decline from quality and how they are treating the community, what they're bringing in terms of graphics, DLCs, and Call of Duty has become a franchise that is, well, I called it franchise fatigueness, right? It's in every year's installment. They need to get as much money as quickly as possible from the community, and it's absolutely appalling to see what they have done in general with the franchise, like the monetization that they're putting in there, the pay to win, and the laziness they have with the new maps, because that's where, to me, Call of Duty also shined a lot with the maps and how the layout worked, and how that's where the big bulk of the innovation was, you know, the iconic maps. Now we have seen a franchise that is recycling these maps because for some weird reason they don't know how to make maps anymore or something like that, and they're trying to push as much as content behind loot boxes as possible. And I felt for that trap a lot, especially with Black Ops 4. I paid the base game, I paid €40 for the Black Ops pass, and what have I got in return? It's basically, well, nothing. And I've got recycled maps, I've got a pay to win system, and eventually need to pay more and more to eventually get all the content from the game as well, and also the new guns that are behind the paid system, right? So it's getting out of control, and there are a lot of things they need to shake up, because every year we see a growing, well, anger in the community and a rant that is constantly coming out, and rightfully so. I think everybody's absolutely right in the critique they have on the game and how it's being presented. But now, do we now have something in our hands that is actually changing up the whole way Call of Duty is being presented with Modern Warfare? Because I'm still highly critical about what we're seeing here, and I'm still seeing a monkey in a suit, as I called it in my previous games, because we saw a 2.5-minute CGI trailer. We saw a iconic name, Modern Warfare, being stamped on a game. We saw an iconic character returning as well. And that doesn't really mean that it's going to be a good game, right? It's a game that's produced by a totally different set of developers than the Modern Warfare at the time. It was Respawn Entertainment, and the guys went on to Respawn Entertainment, created Respawn Entertainment, and created Titanfall. Different set of developers, and the experience we have with these guys is not really positive, right? It is not what we've seen in the last years and years with Activision and Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, and, you know, the developers and the publisher, right? So, but there comes a time that we should acknowledge that the change we are constantly asking, and the changing constantly, for better or for worse, they are changing constantly, and the changes we've seen in the last years or so were not really pleasant to see. But now we've seen a gameplay reveal, and I've heard some people saying, yeah, we saw operators or these guys or the soldiers, we saw guns, we saw some attachments, we saw gameplay, and we saw new maps. That's true. We saw new maps and a new game mode, 2v2. And to me, if Call of Duty Modern Warfare wants to succeed, they should go back to what made them so popular. Because at the time we said, oh, Call of Duty is so full of innovation. But let's not forget, peeps, that was in the time that there was hardly any competition. You had some, but Call of Duty was the leader of the pack, right? In terms of how the games work, the mechanics, the single players. And one of the biggest reasons Call of Duty was so loved is that because it's an arcade type gameplay. You can go in a match very quickly, you can go out a match very quickly, and the gameplay is very high pace, right? And that's what's making Call of Duty to start with unique. And on top of that, they've built a system with kill streaks or score streaks, and I hope that it's going to be kill streaks and not score streaks, and that there are no specialized earned kill streaks, because to me the specialized weapons are nothing more than kill streaks, score streaks, if you will, time streaks even, because it's just, if you just stand there, the meter will fills up, and then over time you have that kill streak. It's just a kill streak for people who can't play the game. That's it. It's free kills. So I hope they abolish that and go back to what made Call of Duty so unique. That's fast paced, run and gun, in and out matches, and the intensity of the gameplay. And to me, it does seem, I'm still highly concerned, because the experience learns that once you're hyped, you will be disappointed. But from what we've seen now, is that it's moving in the right direction. It is moving in the right direction. But I am critiquing the way it is brought. First, we saw a 2.5 million CGI trailer. They immediately send out pre-order emails, which I showed you in my previous email. You can earn COD points immediately by pre-ordering a game. To me, that again shows that there is a monetization pay-to-win scheme, but it's not 100% sure that it is. You know, COD points are also maybe free money you can buy with in-game. Because eventually, if you look at Rainbow Six, these guys absolutely nailed it. These guys nailed it. You know, you're not forced to buy anything. Everyone gets the maps for free. You can earn the new operators in Rainbow Six by grinding, just by playing the game. There is no need to spend money. And that's the reason why I am spending money. I like to reward the publishers, but also especially the creators of that game. And that's why I have a season pass, because I want to have access to the operators immediately with the start of a new season. Now, if they take this model, and I've seen an article, which I'm so sorry I couldn't find it anymore, but there is an article out there that discusses the free DLC scheme Call of Duty is going to take with this, more or less looking like how Rainbow Six Siege is addressing it. And I think that's one of the aspects why Rainbow Six Siege has 45 million players worldwide. Another reason why Call of Duty, why Rainbow Six Siege is so extremely popular, is because they are supporting a game for the long run. Rainbow Six has announced that they're going to port the game to the next-gen consoles. They're not going to make a Rainbow Six Part 2, if you will. They're going to port the game to the next gen of consoles. And if they want Call of Duty to, well, being revitalized, have that new same of feeling of this is actually a good game, is stop that annual return of a franchise. You know, it's next year is going to be Black Ops 5 or something. No, stop it. Just stop it. Take this game and support the hell out of it for the next 3 to 4 years. Put skin in the game, like we call it, right? Put your ass behind it and support the game. And eventually, I will guarantee you that it will have 30-40 million player base. If the game is good, the DLC, the monetization scheme, which can also be rewarded with in-game currency, is good, then eventually people will spend their money because they like it and they want to support you guys. On the other side, we've seen the CGI trailer, we've seen immediately the pre-order, and now we've seen this reveal. I think it's not really... The way it's revealed is not really in my liking at all, because the first 10 to 15 minutes I needed to put the sound down, because these guys in the background you see streaming, they were screaming like young girls seeing a mouse for the first time. So it was absolutely horrible to watch and to listen to. So the first 10 to 15 minutes I put down the sound, and then I start watching about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And actually, in all fairness, it does seem like a whole lot of fun, right? We need to be... If you got critique in the game, you need to give it, because we're all gamers, we all love this franchise, and we feel left alone with this franchise by the developers and the publishers. But there comes a time that if they are doing something that, in terms of gameplay, mechanics, how it looks, and all the information that is coming out seems to be falling in order, you should also give credit where credit is due, right? So this really looks like fun. On the other side, we haven't seen a lot, right? I still believe that they're in a bit of trouble and they don't have a lot to show because still a lot of it is in beta or in pre-alpha. We've seen a CGI trailer, we've seen this, and we've heard that about a handful of people have played a bit more than this, right? But as much as I want to, I'm not going to be hyped at all, and I think you shouldn't also be. I'm not going to pre-order at all. I first want to see more of the gameplay before I'm going to make the mistake I've made in the past. You know, I've been buying this game too much for too long and being disappointed for too much and too long. So I'm not going to be disappointed again. As much as I want this to succeed, the name, the character, Modern Warfare, right? How this gameplay looks, and now they have a new engine. I don't think we should be excited about the new engine because it was about freaking time that after 7-8 years into a current generation consoles, they now have finally an engine that can produce the quality we might expect from this generation of consoles. Up until Black Ops 4, we have seen nothing but PlayStation 3 gameplay mechanics and graphics on steroids, right? That was it. It was not on par with the rest of the market. This seems solid. This seems good. So it looks promising, right? And yes, fine. They've put in the leaning mechanics. Hate it or love it. I'm used to it with Rainbow Six. It does give you a lot of options to make some serious nice kills. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just looking forward to getting any more gameplay at hand, right? So, guys, let me know. What do you think? What do you think? Are you excited? Are you hyped? Have you already pre-ordered or not? Because let me know why you've pre-ordered or not, and what's your experience in terms of how you feel about what we've seen right now in the gameplay reveal. Really looking forward to what you guys think. If you're new here and you haven't subbed yet, I would say please sub, put on the notifications and stay up to date. The next few videos are about Rainbow Six. I will get back with a new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I've got some news on Last of Us, which is coming up, which I'm really excited for. I'm going to stream my ass off with that one. There is so much to discuss also on PlayStation 5. We got Xbox Scarlet, PlayStation 5. We do have specs and functions and features coming more and more out into the market. I have made a video about this, why I think it's absolutely bullshit to talk about the differences in horsepower between Scarlet and PS5, but there are some interesting services surrounding Xbox Cloud and those kind of gaming mechanics we will see in the next generation of consoles. But for now, guys, I'm really looking forward what your take is on Modern Warfare. Let me know, and for now, back to the madness. Movement 6 out.